Hi, welcome to MG Decode videos. Today we'll talk about AWS Block Storage and Google Persistent Disk Storage, which is the block storage option that Google provide. And if we talk about AWS, we have already discussed it, but just a quick recap that AWS offers two options, which is SSDs and HDD option. SSD is like solid state drive, which is much more apt for transactional workload and low latencies required. And in HDD, it's much more apt for sequential workload like video files or the large log files. And within SSD, we have general purpose option GP2 and GP3. And in IO provisioned options, we have IO1 and IO2. If we talk about the similar option that Google offers in terms of the SSD option, then Google offers performance persistent disk and extreme persistent disk. Extreme persistent disk is comparatively the new option, which is much more revised in terms of the performance, and it's also performance provisioned. Okay, and the performance PD, it's IOPS provisioned. So if we look at the data and compare the data in terms of IOPS and throughput between the SSD options amongst both the two cloud providers, SSD option in AWS is it offers 16K IOPS, whereas in Google it goes up till 100 to 120K. And if we talk about the throughput in AWS, the first option goes up till 1 GB per second, whereas throughput in the second option, the throughput is comparatively less in terms of 250 MB per second. And in Google option, we'll see it ranges from 1.2 GB per second to 2.4 GB per second. So clearly Google is offering better option in terms of more choice and much more performance. We'll also look at the price comparison, though it's not possible to compare the price completely, but and the reason for that is that maybe I'm looking for a different region, maybe I'm comparing, my requirement is of a different kind of a virtual machine, the configuration I'm aiming at. There are a lot of factors that goes, but on a very high level, we'll try and do a comparison. We'll also look at that what are the prices that both the companies offer, just the price list. Okay, in terms of HDD, we see that we have in AWS Throughput Optimized option, which offers IOPS that goes up till 64, and optimized throughput goes up till 1 GB per second, 64K IOPS. And in cold storage option, we have IOPS going pretty much the same, and throughput also ranges the same. And whereas if we come back into the Google performance here, the standard PD is more for the large sequential IO options, and it ranges from 7.5K to 15K, but the throughput goes up till 1.2 GB per second. In balance PD is more like, as I said, performance and cost balance, and IOPS goes up till 80K, and throughput also touches 1.2 GB per second. So clearly the option looks to be much more lucrative in Google. And a quick glance through on the pricing here. The Google offers the pricing, the price options are mentioned here, and also the link. I'll also mention the link into the description box, just so that you don't have to find it. Just click on it and you'll be able to get onto the calculator and start looking for an option that you're trying to finalize. And here is a list from AWS. My point of consideration is the first one, which is 0.08 GB per month. And here also I have an option which is regional standard provision space, which is also onto the same price, 0.080. And in terms of the performance, I think it works well in both. The performance wise, as we have already seen, that Google is a good, it's performing very well there. Okay, let's just quickly open up the site. I'm trying to find a drive that works the best for me, which offers 2000 GB of storage, and IOPS I'm looking for is 1000 MB per second, and throughput around 125. So let's see We'll go on to the browser, maybe AWS or any one of the option that we'll pick up, and we'll use the calculator. Here is what Google offers, and here comes my calculator. In the calculator, what I'm looking at is, as I said, 2000 GB storage, IOPS for 1000 MB per second, and throughput is 125 would work well for me. If I look here, the GP3 option offers 3000 IOPS free, and I'm looking at 1000 MB per second, 125 MB per second as my throughput, which is also free. Not free really, but the threshold is there. So if I choose GP3 option on this price, this would be my criteria, and if I go beyond this, then there will be additional charges. But up until this, I think my application will behave and would only use this IOPS, and throughput would be enough for me. So let's see what will be the cost that I'll be paying for this. So here I choose GP3. As I said, only for 12 hours. GP3 is what I'm choosing. I've already filled in 2000 as the storage in GP, throughput 125, and 1000 as an IOPS. I'm not looking at the snapshot right now because I seriously think that snapshot that AWS offers is not that worth it. With all due respect to AWS and all these cloud providers, but I think a dedicated backup solution is what works the best. If I choose a monthly snapshot, the cost it gives me is quite high, and it's only a snapshot that it's going to save on an S3 drive. So there will not be any ingress charges, but there will be a lot of egress charges. Ingress charges are the one when you are putting the data onto S3 or onto the Google or onto the cloud provider's environment, then there are no charges. But when you are taking out the data, that is egressing the data, at that time when I'm trying to restore my snapshot to a different location, so I'm egressing the data, bringing my data back, at that time they put a lot of charge on me. So, and also the options are very limited, like in other backup options. Okay, we'll talk about backup later, but coming back here, so for now I'll only focus on to the disk that I'm looking at. So thank you, no snapshot for now. And here is my price per month. Okay. Today's option was much more, today's video was a quick one, so that's it for today. I hope you like the video. Please don't forget to hit subscribe button and press the bell icon, and thanks for watching.